Khaled about what it takes to become a zookeeper. So Khaled, how did you become a zookeeper?
So I became a zookeeper quite young. I was 16, just finished my GCSEs, and that was back in 1997/1998. So it was quite some time ago. So I became a zookeeper after volunteering, which we don't do now, unfortunately. But I used to volunteer on the weekends. I finished school, finished my GCSE, and I was taken on as a summer seasonal keeper after that, and then I became the zoo's second ever apprentice trainee zookeeper.
So apprenticeships but not volunteering, how come?
So we do a trainee apprentice scheme still within zoos today, and that's really a very good way of being able to get into a zoo environment. It's hands-on, you're learning the skills that are required to be a zookeeper, and you're also finding out whether or not that's the career path that you want to go down. We don't do volunteering anymore, unlike when I started quite some time ago. And the main reason for this is because it's actually a professional career working with dangerous wild animals. You need to be of a certain skill set, and you need to have the adequate qualifications with the adequate training, but also for the fact that health and safety is something now more of a thing than it used to be. To volunteer in a place with dangerous wild animals is a no-go these days, for that very reason. But it also means that you have people that are trained, skilled zoo professionals working in industry that is very much a career, and that's the reason why we have a trainee apprentice, like with a lot of jobs now, if you're pursuing it as a career, and not a volunteer basis. And also some zoos, of course, like ourselves, we're not a charity, we're a commercial company, which is very different to a charity-based zoo or animal park. You know, the volunteers are something that maybe some animal industries require the help of, but certainly most zoos now, modern day zoos, are required zoological professionals to work within that field that are experienced, qualified and trained.
So if I wanted to become a zookeeper, how would I go about it?
So if you were thinking of being a zookeeper as your career, if that was the kind of job and the type of work that you were thinking of getting into, you have to have a realistic understanding of what the job entails. Most people now that approach the industry are usually doing an animal-based course of some description at university or college, and during that period they'll have to do a number of hours work experience. So here at this zoo and at a lot of other zoos, that we do take on students to do periods of work placements, and that gives them a good taste of what is actually entailed within the zoo, but it also covers them from a health and safety point of view through the relevant channels of the college and university. And we are taking on people that generally want to do this as a career, so they have a genuine interest as well. But that allows them to understand what it entails. They're not going to be working with, obviously, the big cats or elephants or anything that's dangerous, but they're in the zoo, they'll be working maybe in the children's farm or sort of animals which aren't quite as dangerous under the supervision of the zookeepers. But it also means that they have a realistic understanding of the job. People have a romantic, feeling of working with the zoos. Oh, it must be wonderful, which it is. It is. But you have to be realistic. You're out in all weather. It's a very long day. 365 days a year, we're operational. At Christmas time, Christmas Day, we're here. Christmas Day, we're working, and we alternate who works Christmas. Not all day, but for the majority of the day, we have to feed the animals, we have to clean the animals. Physically and mentally, it's challenging. It's not just picking up poo and cleaning up after the animals. There's a lot more scientific-based work around it as well. In terms of behavioural observations, training, as you can see here with the sea lions, we do a lot of training with our animals, not just for the public in terms of demonstrations, but to be able to look after them properly. So it allows us to work around them in a way where we haven't got to restrain them or sedate them, which allows the animals to hopefully be comfortable in their surroundings that we provide for them. So it's not as romantic and it's not as, fun as people think. It's hard work. And like I say, the weather can be challenging as well, from real cold, icy weather or the wind and the rain, and then you've got the other extreme where it can be very, very warm and sunny, which is quite a challenge for some people as well.
So what qualifications would you need to become a zookeeper?
So a lot of the zoos these days require some form of a degree, but the apprentice traineeship allows, the industry has its own set of qualifications, which is the National Diploma in Zookeeping, which is the trainee apprentice, which is the basic requirement that most zoos will ask for, alongside practically based skills. So the apprentice is really the best option because they're doing the qualification as well as getting the experience, and then hopefully they'll get the relevant reference from that zoo if they wanted to pursue it in another zoo or travel to different places.
So behind us there's been a sea lion show going on. How long
Yep.
would you have to work in the zoo before you can go about and do these things by yourself?
There isn't really a time frame. I mean, really, you should be working in a zoo at least 3 to 4 years before you're working with any sort of, you know, high-profile animal, or certainly your dangerous wild animals like, you know, your big cats, your elephants, your sea lions, which are potentially dangerous. And even if you've been working in the zoo 5 or 6 years, you might not necessarily be a sea lion trainer. It might not be for you. You could still be a very good bird keeper or hoof stock keeper. It's not to everyone's, you know, taking. There isn't one shoe fits all. There's so many species within a zoo that not everyone is an elephant keeper, not everyone is a category 1 animal keeper working with big cats. But does that mean that they shouldn't be able to work with exotic animals within a zoo? No, it just means that that might not be for them.
So if I was 15, 16 and I wanted to become a zookeeper, you said about the volunteering not being a thing anymore, but is there anything I could then do to give myself a better chance at becoming a zookeeper in the future?
Put your feelers out, do your research, find where you can do animal related courses, where you can do animal related training and skill sets, because it will all attribute to experience. Once you're doing an animal course or an animal related qualification within a college or a university, as part of that course they will put you out to the various zoos or animal parks to gain work experience through the correct channels, so you're covered through insurance and health and safety. That will give you an opportunity then when you're at those parks doing that experience to prove to the park that you're interested. Have a good work ethic, have a good attitude to the job, be willing to learn, be humble, so take constructive criticism. You should be willing to always be open to learning by anyone that's got experience, and put yourself out. That's my best advice. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us today.
Pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.